चल रहा है क्या, और चल रहा है तो किधर चल रहा है। आप अपनी तरफ से बताना कि बाएं से दाएं चल रहा है या दाहिने से बाएं चल रहा है। क्या देखा, पहले किधर से किधर चला?
Plus omega square x, where omega is square root of k by. Alright, so this is the kind of equation that we have. This is the basic equation for oscillations.
फिर x कठिन सा इक्वेशन मिलेगा, लेकिन उस इक्वेशन से आप फाइनली लैम्डा का मान एक्सप्रेशन निकाल सकते हैं। और वो एक्सप्रेशन जो आएगा न्यूमेरिकल सॉल्व करना पड़ेगा, क्लोज फॉर्म में नहीं आएगा, लेकिन फिर भी आप न्यूमेरिकली सॉल्व कर सकते हैं, अर्थात कंप्यूटर की मदद से, और उसका आप इक्वेशन जो आए उसमें से।
और इन द फ्रीक्वेंसी रेंज,
ऐसे घूम के पहुंचे, इधर की तरफ घूम के पहुंचे, और एक तरीका है कि नहीं हम इधर से घूम के पहुंचे। इधर से घूम के पहुंचेंगे तो हमें बहुत सारा खोलना पड़ेगा, इधर से पहुंचेंगे तो
आप या ये जो जनरेशन है टीचर्स की, उनको जॉय मिला है, सुख।
जी जी जी,
जॉय इन टीचिंग, और बहुत खूबसूरत इमोशन,
डिवाइन, राइट, डिवाइन जो है बहुत ही आनंद का लगता है, क्या किससे जुड़ गया,
बहुत सुंदर इमोशन होता होगा।
बिल्कुल।
और मालूम होता तो कैसे बनता। तो आपसे अगर कोई सवाल बन जाता है तो आप याद रखिए, आपके एक उत्साह का निर्माण होता है। अरे वाह, सवाल बन गया, उत्तर भी मिल गया। एक उत्साह का निर्माण होता है, वो अपने आप में एक अच्छी चीज है। आप उत्साह में रहेंगे तभी अच्छे काम करेंगे, तो वो एक उसका है। लेकिन
okay, they can do analysis, mathematical analysis, equation solving, and this and that problem solving, but that feel of what they are doing is lacking. That we realized teaching this 101, 102, 103 courses, and we still do that.
ये बात समझ आना है जी। एग्जाम के रिजल्ट से जज ना करें।
अब ट्रांजिशन कब हुआ? अब मैं घर में आके तो पढ़ता ही नहीं था ना कुछ भी, किताबें होती थी मैं पढ़ता ही नहीं। क्यों पढ़ूं, खेलूं क्यों नहीं उस समय में, और कुछ क्यों ना करूं, लोगों से गप्पे क्यों ना मारूं, परिवार के लोगों के साथ कहानियां क्यों नहीं सुनूं। हाँ, भैया मेरे बहुत वो रहते थे कि देखो मेरा भाई है, मैं थ्रू आउट टॉपर रहा हूँ यूनिवर्सिटी तक, और ये क्लास में पास तक नहीं होता है, सब्जेक्टली पास तक नहीं होता है। तो बड़ी वो काउंसलिंग करते थे मेरे को कि पढ़ा करो पढ़ा करो पढ़ा करो। लेकिन एक अच्छी बात रही कि मेरे पिताजी ने, मेरे भैया ने हमेशा मेरे ऊपर यकीन किया। कितने भी खराब रिजल्ट आए, मेरे पिताजी कहते थे स्कूल खराब है, स्कूल तुम्हें समझ नहीं पा रहे। और मेरे भैया कहते थे कि पढ़ लो ना थोड़ा सा, पढ़ लो, किताब पढ़ लिया अगर, वो सब कुछ चिंता करते, सब कुछ करते थे। लेकिन कभी ट्यूशन करने के लिए नहीं भेजा मुझे। वो एक मेजर स्टेप था, जिंदगी बदल गई होती अगर वो उन्होंने कहा होता कि भाई तुमसे होमवर्क नहीं हो रहे हैं, तुम्हें परीक्षा में नंबर नहीं आ रहे हैं, तो एक ट्यूशन कर लो, ट्यूशन वाले के यहाँ चले जाओ और वो जैसा कहें वैसा करो। अगर वो हो गया होता तो फिर शायद हम लोग बात नहीं कर रहे होते।
मैं एक बहुत सामान्य व्यक्ति हूँ, मैं बहुत सामान्य शिक्षक हूँ।
मुझसे एक सज्जन ने कहा कि अगर प्रोफेसर एच.सी. वर्मा अभी अपनी आत्मकथा लिखें तो उसका शीर्षक होगा ठेकुआ से जलेबी तक।
आजकल आता है ना ठंडा पानी नल में, फिर हम कुछ गर्म पानी करके और उसमें मिला देते हैं तो वो गर्म वाला कुछ ठंडा हो जाता है, हाथ नहीं जलेगा, और जो खूब ठंडा था वो थोड़ा गर्म हो जाता है। ऐसा क्यों नहीं होता कि गर्म दोनों को मिला दिया, गर्म वाला और गर्म हो जाए, ठंडा वाला और ठंडा हो जाए, ये अपनी ऊर्जा उसको दे दे, और वही और जितने जो गर्म पहले ही से था वो और गर्म हो जाए, ठंडा था वो और ठंडा हो जाए। किस साल की, किन सालों की बात कर रहे हैं? लगभग 1700 के आसपास, राइट, 1660, 1670, 1680, उस जमाने की बात कर रहे हैं, 17वीं शताब्दी के आखिरी की बात कर रहे हैं। अरे कैसा ढक्कन लगाया तुमने, पानी पड़ा क्या? बच गए? दिख रही है? मुड़ती हुई दिख रही है? किधर को मुड़ रही है? नीचे की तरफ, इस तरफ को मुड़ रही है ना, जो परपेंडिकुलर है उसकी तरफ मुड़ रही है, ऐसे जा रही है और ऐसे मुड़ रही है। देखो, जहां पे हम कुछ करेंगे और हम जो यहां करेंगे वो वहां पहुंचेगा, यहां जो हम करेंगे वो वहां पहुंचेगा। तो आप देखना कुछ चल रहा है क्या, इसके ऊपर कुछ चल रहा है क्या, और चल रहा है तो किधर चल रहा है? आप अपनी तरफ से बताना कि बाएं से दाएं चल रहा है या दाहिने से बाएं चल रहा है। क्या देखा? पहले किधर से किधर चला? Plus omega square x, where omega is square root of k by. Alright, so this is the kind of equation that we have. This is the basic equation for oscillations.
फिर x कठिन सा इक्वेशन मिलेगा, लेकिन उस इक्वेशन से आप फाइनली लैम्डा का मान एक्सप्रेशन निकाल सकते हैं। और वो एक्सप्रेशन जो आएगा, न्यूमेरिकल सॉल्व करना पड़ेगा, क्लोज फॉर्म में नहीं आएगा, लेकिन फिर भी आप न्यूमेरिकली सॉल्व कर सकते हैं, अर्थात कंप्यूटर की मदद से, और उसका आप इक्वेशन जो आए उसमें से,
और इन द फ्रीक्वेंसी रेंज, ऐसे घूम के पहुंचे, इधर की तरफ घूम के पहुंचे, और एक तरीका है कि नहीं हम इधर से घूम के पहुंचे। सामान्य व्यक्ति हूँ, मैं बहुत सामान्य शिक्षक हूँ।
मुझसे एक सज्जन ने कहा कि अगर प्रोफेसर एच.सी. वर्मा अभी अपनी आत्मकथा लिखें तो उसका शीर्षक होगा ठेकुआ से जलेबी तक।
आजकल आता है ना ठंडा पानी नल में, फिर हम कुछ गर्म पानी करके और उसमें मिला देते हैं तो वो गर्म वाला कुछ ठंडा हो जाता है, हाथ नहीं चलेगा, और जो खूब ठंडा था वो थोड़ा गर्म हो जाता है। ऐसा क्यों नहीं होता कि गर्म दोनों को मिला दिया, गर्म वाला और गर्म हो जाए, ठंडा वाला और ठंडा हो जाए, ये अपनी ऊर्जा उसको दे दे, और वही और जितने जो गर्म पहले ही से था वो और गर्म हो जाए, ठंडा था वो और ठंडा हो जाए। किस साल की, किन सालों की बात कर रहे हैं? लगभग 1700 के आसपास, राइट, 1660, 1670, 1680, उस जमाने की बात कर रहे हैं, 17वीं शताब्दी के आखिरी की बात कर रहे हैं। अरे कैसा ढक्कन लगाया तुमने? पानी पड़ा था? बच गए? दिख रही है? मुड़ती हुई दिख रही है? किधर को मुड़ रही है? नीचे की तरफ, इस तरफ को मुड़ रही है ना, जो परपेंडिकुलर है उसकी तरफ मुड़ रही है, ऐसे जा रही है और ऐसे मुड़ रही है। देखो, जहां पे हम कुछ करेंगे और हम जो यहां करेंगे वो वहां पहुंचेगा, यहां जो हम करेंगे वो वहां पहुंचेगा। तो आप देखना कुछ चल रहा है क्या, इसके ऊपर कुछ चल रहा है क्या, और चल रहा है तो किधर चल रहा है? आप अपनी तरफ से बताना कि बाएं से दाएं चल रहा है या दाहिने से बाएं चल रहा है। क्या देखा? पहले किधर से किधर चला? Plus omega square x, where omega is square root of k by. Alright, so this is the kind of equation that we have. This is the basic equation for oscillations. Where x
कठिन सा इक्वेशन मिलेगा, लेकिन उस इक्वेशन से आप फाइनली लैम्डा का मान एक्सप्रेशन निकाल सकते हैं, और वो एक्सप्रेशन जो आएगा न्यूमेरिकल सॉल्व करना पड़ेगा, क्लोज फॉर्म में नहीं आएगा, लेकिन फिर भी आप न्यूमेरिकली सॉल्व कर सकते हैं, अर्थात कंप्यूटर की मदद से, और उसका आप इक्वेशन जो आए उसमें से, और इन द फ्रीक्वेंसी रेंज, ऐसे घूम के पहुंचे, इधर की तरफ घूम के पहुंचे, और एक तरीका है कि नहीं हम इधर से घूम के पहुंचे। इधर से घूम के पहुंचेंगे तो हमें बहुत सारा खोलना पड़ेगा, इधर से पहुंचेंगे तो
आप या ये जो जनरेशन है टीचर्स की, उनको जॉय मिला है, सुख।
जी जी जी,
जॉय इन टीचिंग, बड़ा खूबसूरत इमोशन,
डिवाइन
राइट।
डिवाइन जो है बहुत ही आनंद का लगता है कि हाँ, किससे जुड़ गया।
बहुत सुंदर इमोशन होता होगा।
बिल्कुल।
और मालूम होता तो कैसे बनता। तो आपसे अगर कोई सवाल बन जाता है तो आप याद रखिए आपके एक उत्साह का निर्माण होता है। अरे वाह, सवाल बन गया, उत्तर भी मिल गया। एक उत्साह का निर्माण होता है, वो अपने आप में एक अच्छी चीज है। आप उत्साह में रहेंगे तभी अच्छे काम करेंगे, तो वो एक उसका है। लेकिन
Okay, they can do analysis, mathematical analysis, equation solving, and this and that problem solving, but that feel of what they are doing is lacking. That we realized teaching this 101, 102, 103 courses, and we still do that.
ये बात समझ आना है जी। एग्जाम के रिजल्ट से जज ना करें।
हाँ। अब ट्रांजिशन कब हुआ? अब मैं घर में आके तो पढ़ता ही नहीं था ना कुछ भी। किताबें होती थी, मैं पढ़ता ही नहीं। क्यों पढ़ूं, खेलूं क्यों नहीं उस समय में, और कुछ क्यों ना करूं, लोगों से गप्पे क्यों ना मारूं, परिवार के लोगों के साथ कहानियां क्यों नहीं सुनूं। हाँ, भैया मेरे बहुत वो रहते थे कि देखो मेरा भाई है, मैं थ्रू आउट टॉपर रहा हूँ यूनिवर्सिटी तक और ये क्लास में पास तक नहीं होता है, सब्जेक्टली पास तक नहीं होता है। तो बड़ी वो काउंसलिंग करते थे मेरे को कि पढ़ा करो पढ़ा करो पढ़ा करो। लेकिन एक अच्छी बात रही कि मेरे पिताजी ने, मेरे भैया ने हमेशा मेरे पर यकीन किया। कितने भी खराब रिजल्ट आए, मेरे पिताजी कहते थे स्कूल खराब है, स्कूल तुम्हें समझ नहीं पा रहा है। और मेरे भैया कहते थे कि पढ़ लो ना थोड़ा सा, पढ़ लो, किताब पढ़ लिया अगर। वो सब कुछ चिंता करते, सब कुछ करते थे, लेकिन कभी ट्यूशन करने के लिए नहीं भेजा मुझे। वो एक मेजर स्टेप था, जिंदगी बदल गई होती अगर वो उन्होंने कहा होता कि भाई तुमसे होमवर्क नहीं हो रहे हैं, तुम्हें परीक्षा में नंबर नहीं आ रहे हैं, तो एक ट्यूशन कर लो। ट्यूशन वाले के यहाँ
I request everyone to please silent your mobile phones.
चले जाओ और वो जैसा कहें वैसा करो। अगर वो हो गया होता तो फिर शायद हम लोग बात नहीं कर रहे होते।
please put your hands together for the maestro of mechanics, the legendary Padma Shri Professor H.C. Verma. There is a saying that science is the poetry of reality. And if Indian physics were a poem, our chief guest would undeniably be the most beautiful and complex verse. A very warm welcome to everyone present here. I'm Sanjog Shekhawat.
I am Sonal, and to introduce him is like trying to capture the cosmos in a teacup. For every single engineering student sitting in this hall today, our journey did not begin with a college syllabus. It began with two iconic volumes, Concepts of Physics.
From calculating the tension of a string holding a monkey to visualizing the intricacies of quantum mechanics, he laid the very foundation of our engineering dreams. His lifetime of dedication to enlightening young minds brought him the prestigious Padma Shri, and his brilliance knows no boundaries. He even boldly challenged artificial intelligence to solve his conceptual problems.
And honestly, we stand with him. AI might have all world's data, but no algorithm can replicate his sheer intuition.
किसी भी शुभ कार्य का आरंभ प्रकाश के आह्वान से होता है। भारतीय संस्कृति में दीप प्रज्वलन केवल एक परंपरा नहीं, बल्कि अंधकार से प्रकाश की ओर और अज्ञान से ज्ञान की ओर बढ़ने का एक पवित्र प्रतीक है। और आज तो हमारे बीच स्वयं ज्ञान के प्रखर सूर्य उपस्थित हैं।
और तो मैं हमारे मुख्य अतिथि पद्मश्री प्रोफेसर एच.सी. वर्मा जी को और अन्य आदरणीय अतिथियों से सविनय निवेदन करती हूं कि वे मंच पर आएं और दीप प्रज्वलित कर इस समारोह का विधिवत शुभारंभ करें।
To invoke the blessings of Goddess of Knowledge, we'll also have Saraswati Vandana. I request everyone to please stand on your respective seats. It is a proud tradition to begin with a fragrant welcome. I request our acting director, Professor M.S. Balathani Gaimani, to please step forward and honor our chief guest, Padma Shri Professor H.C. Verma, with a bouquet and a traditional shawl as a mark of our immense respect.
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to invite Dr. Sonia Dhama ma'am to step forward and present a bouquet to our respected acting director, Professor M.S. Balathaigamani.
To formally lay the foundation of today's gathering and welcome our guest, I would like to invite our acting director, Professor M.S. Balathani Gaimani, to the podium to deliver the welcome address. Sir, please.
So first of all, thank you so much, sir. Thanks for listening us. I think your name is quite enough to introduce yourself. Each one of sitting here, standing here, they know you very well. Sir, I should also tell you one thing. Maybe after building this auditorium, very first time we are seeing the fully packed auditorium. That shows the level of respect and also love they have for you, sir. Anyway, they are not here to listen my speech. Sir, I stop my speech here. So once again, thanks for visiting us, sir. Thanks.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, the moment that every student in this auditorium has been waiting for. Today, we are diving deep into the current education system of the country, and to dissect, critique, and envision its future, there is no voice more authoritative and visionary than his. RGIPT, let the applause echo through the campus. Please welcome to the podium the mastermind himself.
So, thank you very much, this institute's authorities and faculty members, and especially Saurabh sir and Sonia madam, to pursue me to come here. And it's a great privilege to see this kind of enthusiasm, and as rightly said by sir, the love and affection that I am getting from here. So I'm really for the first time, in the first go, I will thank the entire institute and all the community here to call me here. And it will not be a very well connected and well designed talk, because it's random thoughts, and only yesterday night I thought about it, what I will be talking here, and this presentation was made. So don't expect anything beautifully connected, but something will be there, and then we will have open sessions, and that time perhaps it will be much more enjoyable for you. Okay, so educational scenario in India, when I was asked to give a topic so that it can be advertised in the institute. So hurriedly I said the educational scenario in India without any thoughts. And when the day came yesterday, I thought, okay, what I will say about this. So whatever I have experienced with that I have made some presentations. Okay, so this is the educational scenario in India, and then this one. Okay, very currently at the center of the debate and center of the thoughts and everything. So I'm really happy about it that the young generation is taking up real issues, and they are ready to put their efforts, come to the roads, show their might, and bring this education at the center of the discussion for all. So this is one achievement, whether it is Jantar Mantar or whether it is Ranchi. To bring the education system, examination system into the focus, and everyone is talking about this topic, this is the achievement of this kind of thing. And that reminds me, 18th of March 1974, okay, in Patna, that day, again, this young generation, the students of Bihar, and that time Jharkhand was part of the Bihar, they had announced that there was big agitation going on for months under the leadership of Loknayak Jayaprakash Narayan. And 18th March, it was announced that Vidhan Sabha ka gherav karenge. Students will go to the assembly house, and they will not allow any MLA, any minister to enter on that opening day of legislature. So opening day, the governor had to give the first speech, and then the proceeding would have started. But thousands of students, including me, we were at the gates. There were several gates in Patna assembly, Bihar assembly. And at each gate, thousands of students were there. No one was allowed to enter. And mostly, all the MLAs, whether it is ruling party or whether it was opposition party, when they came and tried to go in, and when we requested them to support us and not go to assembly, at least today, most of them say yes, and they went back. So from the morning, evening 4 p.m. or so, we were there, and there was no agitation, there was no stone pelting, there was no halla gulla. It was a real dharna there. But then government decided no, the assembly will run, the governor will go and will make a speech, and it will be recorded that yes, the dharna was failed. And governor's car with all those escorting other things, they started moving towards the Vidhan Sabha, one of the gates. And hundreds of students just lie down on the road. If you have to go, you have to go over us. And police tried very hard to remove, but could not, because if they lift 10, 20 more will go there and lie down there. Ultimately, it was not under control, and police had to make firing. And some 6, 7 students got bullet injuries, and then they could disperse this whole thing, and they were put in Patna Medical College Hospital, and curfew was imposed immediately in the whole Patna. And then some of us who understood that yes, there are friends in PMCH, we decided to give food to them. So in a hostel known as Newton Hostel of Patna Science College, we prepared some puri sabji and all those things, and in buckets we put it there, and in that curfew, hiding this way or that way, we went to hospital and feed them, gave our blood to our student friends who were there. So all this agitation reminds me that. Now I am feeling very good to be with you. Okay? I am feeling very good to be with you, to listen to you, and you are listening to me, and that is because I know that you will be shaping India, right? And not in a very far in future. You are about to make the jump, and you will be shaping India. That is why I am happy to be here with you and talking to you and enjoying. And if I see you shaping the India and India being shaped, I am the happiest person. All right. Now, the core issue is examination reform. At this time, the agitations which are there is focused on examination reforms. But is it not that we need education reform? It's not only examination. You first teach, you first run classes, you first do experiments, you first do projects, you learn in institutions and then go for the examination. So the reforms are needed there also, in teaching also, and you all have come through that school system, and you have experienced everything, and therefore I hope you will connect with what I am saying. If I talk of school system, the theorem, very respected theorem of education in our school system is that the child does not know anything and will not know anything unless we teach. If I write something in my book, people will say, ये तो आपने पहले नहीं बताया था, अभी कैसे बता दोगे? उसके पहले वाला तो बताओ. So the assumption is the students do not know anything. A very famous words use करते हैं कि जो बच्चे होते हैं वो कच्ची मिट्टी के lumps होते हैं, and the job of a teacher or a school, the system is to make उस कच्ची मिट्टी से घड़ा बनाना है, सुराही बनानी है, जैसा शेप मैं दूंगा वैसा शेप का घड़ा बनेगा. So the children, the students are treated like lumps of mud. Our children are so bright and they know so much and they can think so much, they can question, they are so curious. Everyone knows that. In childhood, people who have kids in the family, they know it. A child of 3 years, 4 years, 5 years is very curious. Will ask so many questions. When goes to school system, that questioning goes down. Okay, in class 6, 7, still some enthusiasm is there to ask questions and to debate. But by the time you are in plus 2, वो questioning तो खत्म हो जाता है. The only question remains, what will be there in the examination? Right? Understanding nature, understanding the laws through which the universe is operating, through which the society is operating, through which the nature environment is operating, understanding that, questioning those processes, that all takes backseat. The only thing under consideration is imtihan mein kya aane wala hai. Okay? So this is something which is really painful, that our education system is treating us means you, okay, you and your younger ones, like a student who cannot do anything with the kind of energy that, or the kind of intellect that the student has, is not believed that they have anything. Now I will not go into it. I always enjoy when I analyze what a 3-year child does, what a 2-year child does, what a 5-year child does, how Newton's laws, all the 3 laws are known to the students of class 1. I often ask, when did you learn Newton's first law? When did you learn Newton's first law? Class 9. That's the standard answer. Because it is 9th NCRT that Newton's law is there and other books also. But you know the Newton's first law from very beginning. Very beginning. A child who is playing with some toy, he puts the toy somewhere on the table and then gets involved into something else. And then after 2 hours, again he wants to take that toy and play again. Where will it go to pick up that toy? Same place. Why same place? Why same place? Why not in different room? Why not on the ground or on the roof or on some almirah? If I have put the toy here, I will find the toy there even after 2 hours, even after 6 hours. Every child knows that. Is it not the Newton's first law? Is it not Newton's first law? You don't have to wait for 14 years. But our system does not realize that a child knows Newton's first law before coming to nursery classes. Our system will not. Our system will say, oh, usko to kuch pata nahi hai. He doesn't know anything. मैं पढ़ाऊंगा तब उसको समझ में आएगा. आप second law का बात कर लो. You talk of Newton's second law. You make your child stand there. समर को वहाँ खड़ा कर देना. और आप यहाँ खड़े हो जाना. और बॉल खेलना. और आप उसको बोलो मेरी बॉल फेंको मैं पकड़ूंगी, बॉल फेंको मैं पकड़ूंगी. वो बच्चा हाथ से बॉल पर किस साइड में फोर्स लगाता है? किस साइड में फोर्स लगाता है? जिधर खड़े ना. व्हाई? इधर क्यों नहीं फोर्स लगाता? उधर क्यों नहीं फोर्स लगाता? While he is not pushing the ball in this side. If you are standing there and the child is standing there and you video record, the hand goes like this, applying the force in the direction in which the acceleration is needed. F equal to ma with vector sign. And this is for before going to nursery, before going to school system, 3 years. At the age of 2 years, 3 years. And if you stand little away, if you change your position and go little away, then you look at the action of the hand. It will be different from when you were closer. Why? Why? Child knows greater the acceleration I need, greater the force I will have to apply. So we'll take the hand like this and they put a lot of efforts there, and if you are standing here, it will simply. So students know that the applied force is proportional to the acceleration in magnitude, and the direction of force must be same as the direction of acceleration. What else do you need for Newton's second law? Mass. That also you can test. You give a plastic ball and you give it a heavy ball, same distance. And again see the action of the hand. Whole of Newton's second law is known to the student at the age of 3 years. And third law, you ask any child of any age who can run. Who can run? Stand here, run with full speed that you can attain, go to the other wall, opposite wall, don't slow down and hit the wall with your head. You can try this. You can try this with any 3-year-old child. Okay? Whatever you say will run, will reach there, will slow down and then put head gently on the wall. Will never hit the wall with full speed. Why? The child knows Newton's third law at the age of 3 years. What else do you expect from a student? Newton's first law, second law, third law. Everything is known. The words are not known. Acceleration and force, Those words are not known, but law is known. Law is there. He is using, the child is using the law. He is using. Okay? There are many things that I can talk about, but our system treats them as if they don't know anything, and they make us believe that we do not know anything. And we also fall in the trap and start thinking, मैडम ने तो पढ़ाया ही नहीं, मैं क्या करूं? हमारे सर ने तो पढ़ाया ही नहीं, मैं क्या करूं? क्या करूं क्या भैया? You are very capable of doing everything. Okay? So, and remember, for a small kid, class 1, 2, 3, teacher knows everything. I tell you a story. I'll tell some stories during this talk. Is there a time limit, sir? Okay, good, very good. So I can tell some stories. So this is a story of a child in IIT Kanpur. When the child comes from the school, the parents will definitely, especially the institutions like this, RGI, IPT and IITs, etc., elite class of educationists, they will always see what was done in the class. Our parents never asked what was done in the class. We did not have to show them our notebook. But here, both the parents will put their head there and they will see everything, what was written in the notebook and everything. So there was some mistake in spelling of a word, let's say elephant. So in place of E, or in place of A, it was E, and that was wrong, and the parents said that, look, this is not the spelling, the right spelling is this. And the child insists, no. And whatever parents say, professors say, the child will not accept no, with only one reason. My ma'am has written this on the board, so it must be correct. And you don't know anything. Right? But then IIT professors are also no less intelligent. So then after the other efforts were not working, the professor says, the parent says that, but my ma'am had told that this is the spelling. Now the child is in dilemma. Ma'am can never be wrong, whether it is my ma'am or your ma'am. Ma'am is never wrong. My teacher knows everything correctly. Okay, so now child is dilemma. My ma'am has said that this is correct, it should be A, and father's ma'am has told that it should be E there. What is that? And then child says, Papa, in your times the spelling was that. But in the current era, times have changed. In the current era, the spelling is this. Your ma'am is also saved. My ma'am is also saved. And then the father says, no, spellings do not change. Spellings do not change. Whatever spelling is made, it is made once for all. And that time, that was the time when the names of the cities were being changed frequently. And the child says, few years ago, Calcutta was written with capital C, and now it is written with capital K. So spellings do change. Spellings do change. So that's the kind of faith a child has in the teachers. But as the days pass, that faith also goes down. Curiosity goes down. Questioning spirit goes down. The faith in teachers also goes down. If the faith goes down, any communication between the two will become very, very difficult. You cannot teach if your students do not believe you, if they do not have faith in you, if they are not convinced that you are with them and everything that you are doing is for them. If they are not convinced with this, no matter how many good PowerPoint slides you make, teaching is very, very difficult. Communication line will not take place. So by 10th, the students are very, very convinced that my teachers don't know much. I have to go for a coaching institute. It's the same syllabus. For the competitive examinations and for the +2 examination, board examination, the same syllabus. But students are fairly convinced that when I'm talking, it's all some kind of an average behavior. I know that there are very good schools and there are very good colleges where this is not applicable, but that number is small. And therefore, if I look at the larger picture, allow me to say that yes, schools do not do this, schools do not do that. So with that disclaimer, okay. So that faith goes down. And once I was in Rajasthan, Jaipur, perhaps Rajasthan University or somewhere, and I was taking a round of different departments and all that. And there was a time, there was some 10-15 minutes of time when during this, going this building to that building, etc., I was alone with only the students, no faculty members. Then I asked quietly, how are your professors? And students look this side, that side, and they say, sir, they don't know anything. So that's the kind of educational scenario. More the student is in the system, education system, our education system, more the faith is going down. So that's the kind of scenario we are having. I remember my teachers very vividly. Okay, I'll talk to it. Okay, so there are institutions with very good infrastructure. But then this number is small. This number is small, maybe 20, maybe 30, maybe 50. But India is big. India is very big. Most of our colleges, most of our different institutions, okay. So these institutions are very good. The student enters here after succeeding in a competitive examination and counseling. 2 months, first mid-semester, and the myth breaks. Why? You know that. You have all gone through that. First mid-semester in IIT Kanpur, I can tell the more authentically what happens in IIT Kanpur. When I was there, I retired from there 2017. Some 440 students were taken every year. And every year, almost 100 students fail in the first semester, and large contributions come from the first mid-semester examination. Okay, 100 students fail, and you know, I believe that same system is here also, because mostly IIT Kanpur professors were director here in the beginning, and the system should be like that. Those marks, those cut marks, deciding the change of the grade is decided only after the exam is over. And not only exam is over, the evaluation is over. Not only evaluation is over, tabulation is also over. And all the data are in front of your eyes. Then you said, okay, let's put the pass mark here so that these many students will be failed. And if I put the pass mark there, these many students will be failed. So we decide how many students to fail. And accordingly, we put the marks, these cut marks. Similarly for grades A, B, C, D, and so on. Right? And almost every year, out of 400, 100 students will fail because our physics professors will put the mark there so that 100 students must fail. But it was not that our faculty members wanted 100 students to fail. They lowered the cutoff marks, and in physics, on the average, it will vary semester to semester, professor to professor, but on the average, 12 to 15% was the pass mark. 12 to 15% was the pass mark, and then 100 students are failing. Now, I am really with those students who fail. I have all the respect for those students who fail in this examination. It's not their fault. It's not their fault. In the school system, they have been provided so many extra help that they did not learn how to think independently. They look for what they had been told in all those school days. And when you come here, and then you see the system, a very different kind of system. In the first semester, there are many social problems also. The new students, older students, hostel problem, this problem, that problem. For the first time, you have left your home perhaps your city. For the first time, you left your city or your village and came here. All those problems are there. And on top of it, in the school system, in the educational scenario today, in the school system, you are not being told how to think originally. You are provided all kinds of help there, all that support system. And once that support system is taken away, one fine evening, you find that, okay, done. No more support system. No more PYQs. No more worksheets to practice for the end semester examination or mid semester examination or the quizzes which are held periodically. There's no one with which you can really interact and ask, although I'm sure here also you will have counseling services and seniors will guide juniors and all that. But that's very limited. That's very limited. Now these students who have qualified in the competitive examination, the relatives have given so many of congratulation messages. The parents proudly tell their friends that my son, my daughter has been selected here, there. School principal, everyone, your DM perhaps of that district will come and felicitate you and all that. And in 2 months you see that in 100 I am not scoring 12 marks. My goodness, I am with all such students. My heart really beats for them. Such a psychological shock. And there are so many other things to do, but in the entire 12 plus nursery plus KG, 1 KG, 2 blah, 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 whatever, 15, 16 years, you have been told that examination marks are everything. For 15, 16 years, we have been told again and again and again and again, exam marks are everything. Exam marks are everything. And here you find that where are those marks? Where have those marks gone? Such a psychological shock. Serious problem. Physics is still better. When I talk to mathematics professors, they said, recently I talked in IIT Kanpur to some mathematics professor, what's the scenario now? They said that some 300-400 students fail in the first semester. 300-400. Okay, intake has also increased. It's not 440 now, it's 1200, so 3 times it has increased. I'm talking of 100, they are talking of 300, so the same ratio is maintained. The same ratio is maintained. All right? what is the average pass mark for mathematics? They say it is always in one digit. It is always in one digit. So the problem, examination reform is one. But teaching reform is more important. What we are teaching. And students are going to all those coachings and all those things. Very problematic. Because coaching teachers are not teachers. Right? They are not teachers. Do you think that the big organized coachings where 10,000 students are enrolled, the whole coaching department, their administrations, their management and their teachers, do you think their hearts beat for 10,000 students? No. It beats for those 100, 200, 300 students who are likely to score well and pass these examinations so that they can put their photos on the front page for their advertisement. A teacher has to devote the life for the student. If the student is happy, if the student is unhappy, the student is doing well, the student is not doing well. A teacher, for teacher, that same student, all the students are at the same level, the heart beats for everyone. There's a difference between teacher and tutors. Okay. All right. So, so the education is driven by JEE and EET, and there are few fortunates. There are few fortunates who do not get trapped by this JEE and NEET business, and they are very happy going to fine art, very happy going to art or commerce or whatever kind of fields which are there from the very beginning. Because they are much less stressed. They are much less stressed. And these JEE NEET people, oh God, they do not eat 2 meals at a regular time. They will depend on all those samosas and all the fast foods and this and that because they don't have time to eat. They do not have time to sleep. 7 hours sleep at this age is very necessary, biologists say. But our students at the age of 16, 17, 18 years, during this so-called preparation days, I don't know for what they are preparing. What they are preparing for. They are preparing for that scoring 8% and 9% marks in the first semester or 12% marks. What is being done? What is being done? With a stressful mind, can you do something? And how much stress is there during this competitive exam? You have all gone through that. Right? So this is a kind of scenario one has to come up with solutions. But solutions will again come in the form of helps. We don't want help. We are powerful. All children are powerful. Before entering the school system, they have proved their worth. They have learned one full language without any coaching, without any teaching, without any book, only by listening what the family members talk to each other. There's no chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. First simpler problems and harder problems and then still harder problems. No, you talk randomly in your family and in just 2 years, the child picks everything. Everything, one full language, without any help. The child has proved the worth, the intelligence, the grasping capacities. And then we are putting them with so much of stress, so much of unnatural living and unnatural life for 3-4 years. Oh God, there will be permanent damage in the brain. Right? So the problem, since you have recently gone through that experience, is you can better suggest us what to do to reform this teaching in the real school system. Class 6, 7, 5, 4, 9, 10. What kind of changes should be made there so that all this stress is discharged, no stress, and people enjoy and learn. Okay, people enjoy and learn. And you can learn only when you enjoy. If you don't enjoy, you will not learn. You can practice. Without enjoying, you can practice, solve problems, but you cannot learn. If you learn something, it's a natural enjoyment. It's a kind of a test. It's like if you enjoyed, yes, you have learned. If you have not enjoyed, you have not learned. It's kind of a litmus test. So this has to be thought that how to deal with this teaching problem. And this is another big question. The words like job-oriented education. So education is only to earn money? If that is the goal, why is it necessary to get all that stressful education, these things? It can be done very easily. And that is why papers leak. That is why paper leaks. The goal set by the society for education to make them capable to earn money. Now, earning money can be done through this also. What is paper leak? You are earning money. The people who leak the problem immediately earn the money. And people who give that money to those paper leakers, they will earn money after 5 years, when they will become doctors, when they will get all kinds of certificates and engineers. So what is wrong if you set the goal of education to earn money? Yes, they are doing that. Everyone is earning money. The people who leak the paper, they are immediately earning, hand to hand, first hand, and the people who are giving that money, they will recover it after 5 years. So they will then after that 30, 40, 50 years, they will earn money. Okay? So the goal of education has to be defined. It's not to get job. It's not to get job. It's to get competence. It's to get skills. It's to strengthen our mind to solve problems. All right? So education should make you confident. Yes, I can do it. I don't need helps. I don't need those illegal means. I do not need extra help. I can do it. So that's one. Capable. You should be confident, and you should be, it's not false feeling that yes, I can do. You should be capable. Education should make you capable of doing things. And of course, conscious. You have to use your own decisions and so on. Now these two abbreviations, LMBU versus LMBS, I'm sure nobody can guess. Nobody can guess. I don't expect at all. These are life must be useful, LMBU, or life must be successful, LMBS. What do you think? Useful or successful? Successful. What is success? When do you say that I am successful? Or Mr. X is successful, or Miss Y is successful? What is your perception of being successful? Different people will have different perceptions of being successful. If you have been admitted to a national institution, it could be a success. People can term that their first success, first step of success. Got admission in such a good institution. But you know that it's not yet success anymore. After 2 months you will realize, you will realize getting into the institution, getting into IIT, getting into this petroleum institutions, technology, it's success for only 2 months. It is the getting into the, passing the competitive examination and getting into this national institution, it is success only for 2 months. That's not success. Then I got placed. From campus placement, I got job. Is that success? Is that success? I tell you a small incident. One of my friends retired from Kanpur. His daughter did the BTech Computer Science Engineering from IIIT, Prayagraj. And from campus placement, she got job. And then she changed job and this and that. I think it's 4 years, maybe around 4 years, maximum 5 years, that she passed this BTech and in the job. 2025-26 or 24-25. She paid income tax to Government of India, rupees 25 lakhs. Okay? Very young girl, not married, just 4 years after BTech, getting a handsome salary. In 1 year, paying income tax of 25 lakhs, you can understand how successful she is. Incidentally, I was there with her father's family. I spent some 2 days or 3 days there. And the girl works at Bangalore. So one day there was a phone call from the girl to father, and they were talking over phone. And since I was sitting nearby, I could hear something. So with what my friend was telling, that I was hearing very clearly because he was next to me, some 3 feet. And what was there on the phone from the other side, that vaguely I could hear. And after the call was over, I asked my friend, is there a problem? And then he said, there is a lot of problem. The girl is in so much of tension that she lost her sleep, is not able to sleep. There's no rest. All the time mind is disturbed. She has gone to psychologist. It did not work. Then gone to clinical psychologists who are 1 grade above the regular psychologists. They gave several sessions, per session some 1,000 rupees or 700 rupees, but did not work. Then they gave tablets for medication, and she is taking the tablets, and even then she is complaining that last night she did not sleep at all. Is that success? So that success is something which is very elusive. For some people this is success, for some people this is not. In some situations it is success, in some situations it is not. It's not that you have gotten a good job, that is a success. It's not that you have gotten into a good institution, it's not success. It's very elusive word. Life must be useful. There's no two interpretations. We are all here. We know that that history or the evolution, the humans came to this earth some 25 lakhs years ago. Civilized, documented history is surely 10,000, 20,000, 15,000 years. And then it will continue. In this big span of time, one life of 100 years, I believe that everyone of us will live for at least 100 years, including me. Okay. What is this 100 years? 10,000 to 15,000 years of civilized life, and before that lakhs of years of humans' existence, and then it will continue. What is this 100 years of one life? So if I wear a simple shirt, or if I wear something with all those diamonds here and there, whether I move in my Ignis car, or I move in some Ferrari, or I don't know what are the names, Mercedes and all that, how that is making any difference? My life is not useful. My life is useful if my life has done something. Then it is useful. Any instrument you purchase and you don't use it is of no use. But when you put it into use for something good, then it has a meaning. So my life has a meaning only if, because of those 100 years I am on the earth, there are some changes, semi-permanent or permanent. Okay? If it is that, then my life will be valued as successful and useful. If it is not useful, it is not successful. So you evaluate what kind of life you want, and in what way you are going to impact the environment, the humans, the society. In what way your work, your existence for 100 years will make a difference. If I was not there, this. If I am there, that. It may be a very small contribution, but there has to be a contribution in this direction. What I am amassing, what I am collecting, in how many dresses I have in my wardrobe, is 50 set or 100 set or 200 sets, that doesn't make any success. What is the meaning of that? Whether I have 20 sets or I have 200 sets? Who cares? Who cares for that? And who is getting affected by that? And if someone is getting affected, or something is getting affected, it is getting affected adversely. We will talk of that also. All right. Now, several of these stories, but let me skip. Okay, I will skip this story also. Okay, I will just tell one story, furnace story. This is the story when I was in my MSc, 1975. And in the third semester at IIT Kanpur, it was 2 years course, because I never appeared in JEE. I did not want to be an engineer. So although I took physics, chemistry and mathematics, but I was also one of those fortunate ones who decide not to do JEE. So I did my BSc Bachelor Science program in Simple Patna Science College, and after doing BSc Physics Honours, that I went for Physics MSc 2 years, exclusively Physics MSc 2 years. Okay, so in the third semester of that, third and fourth semester, we had to do what you call research projects, and research projects were to be done in one of the laboratories, research laboratories of physics department. So I and one Ramakrishna, two students were assigned to Professor G. Nageshwar Rao. He worked in nuclear physics area with some instruments, and we went there, and the supervisor assigned us the task. The task for Ramakrishna was to make a liquid nitrogen cryostat, so that the experiments can be done at those 77 Kelvin liquid nitrogen temperature, and then there should be arrangements for putting the sample, removing the sample, doing the vacuum, and blah 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 blah. So cryostat, liquid nitrogen cryostat. And he asked me to make a high temperature furnace, which can go up to 1200 Kelvin. So the furnace again, sample will go, sample will come out, and what kind of, we can put inert gases also there. So I had to make the furnace and he had to make the crash test. Now Ramakrishna he knew, he also wanted to do physics, but he knew that through JEE also one can do MSc Physics integrated. I did not know during my time. So he was admitted in IIT Kanpur in that 5-year integrated program, and in the 4th year, 2 were merged in one class. So he had 3 years of experience at IIT Kanpur, where he was trained in all kinds of workshop activities, cutting the metals, how two metals can be joined, what kind of insulations are needed, what is a vacuum pump, how it works. He had experience of that at IIT Kanpur. At Patna Science College, we did not have that experience. We did all the experiments of the syllabus very honestly at Patna Science College during my bachelor's. But I didn't know anything about how to fabricate things. So 4 months semester, 2 months gone, and I was still moving from here to here, here to here, this person to this person, this, but nothing took any shape, and my furnace was still on the paper only. Various designs, and then people said, no, this will not work, this will not work because of this reason, this will not work because of that reason. So 2 months gone. So there was a midterm evaluation of the projects, and then the committee which visited declared that you will not be able to pass anything in this examination. You will get F grade. 2 months gone, you have nothing. And Ramakrishna had put that crash test skeleton of that crash test on the table, that up to this stage it is done, and these are the things which will be done in the next 2 months. So they were very happy with Ramakrishna and very unhappy with me. So the confidence and competence were needed. I knew that I do not have competence in furnace making. I will not be able to do that. But then I have to find solution. That's the training. That is the training. Confidence, I will find the solution. And I am capable of doing that confidence. Okay, so what I did in that was 1975 I am talking, right? 75 was the first semester, and first semester of third semester, that means 76 beginning. So that time, computers were very new, okay? And at IIT Kanpur, we had a big computer, very big. Big means size, not the speed and strength. Big computer, and no one could go there in that house. Computer was housed in a big hall, right? And the research, many of the research labs did all the analysis manually. Computers were not introduced even in the research labs. That was the era. But then, since computer courses were started already, Professor Raja Ramanna was the pioneer in designing a BTech computer science course, and that course was first implemented at IIT Kanpur because Raja Ramanna was professor there, V. Raja Raman. He was a professor there, computer science, so it was implemented, and after that it was implemented all across the country. So the starting was from there. And I was really fortunate to do that course of first course, literacy type of course, who Rajaraman himself gave that course, and I was one of the students in that first semester course. Everyone should know little bit of computers, that was the theme. So we did little programming in Fortran language, Fortran 4 language, some 10 lines program, 15 lines program, 20 lines, given 5 numbers, find which is the largest, which is the smallest. This type of programs we did. I asked my question, if I know computer programming, can I scale myself to make a computer program for these research students in the lab who are doing it manually? It was a very ambitious target, very ambitious target. When I learned, I knew that even for those 10, 15 lines programs, we struggled so much. Okay, because a lot of errors will be there. We had to punch all the cards, and one mistake will kill 24 hours. It's not like you do a mistake and then, okay, you delete that screen and another screen comes. It's not that. In 24 hours, only one time you can submit in the morning. And next morning you will get the result that it is wrong. 24 hours gone. But then, together with the other theory courses which were there, this was only one course project. The 4 other courses were there theory. Together with those 4, I worked hard, learned everything from whatever sources I could. I knew many things about computer programming during that 2 months. And within the limited time, I could come out with a long program, and the real research data which the professors, research students were using, with that data, I tested everything. And my program, from my programs, I fitted the data and derived the parameters. And from those parameters, I generated the curves and I matched with the experimental data. And my supervisor did not know anything about it. In fact, my supervisor did not know many things which I used to do. Okay, including this one. Many diverse things I used to do those times, which I am not telling you. Then I showed Professor G.N. Rao, sir, I could not make the furnace as expected, but I have done something which you may like. In this research lab, people are just looking at the data with their own eyes. They plot a graph, look at the graph and then write this is this much, this coefficient is that much, this coefficient is that much, and research papers are being published. I have written this computer program, and here your data are analyzed by my program, and these are the parameters. And your students reported these are the parameters. And the match, because I recalculated with my parameters, regenerated the graph, and with their graph, how it is the actual data, how it is matching, all these things was there. G.N. Rao was so happy. A grade was, of course, a very small thing for that effort. Okay. But LMBU comes later. After doing my PhD, MSc, my PhD from there, I went to Patna University. That is also a part of LMBU. As I had secured the first position in MSc 2 years, 4 semesters, with a grade point of 9.9. And it was not 10. I did not deserve 9.9. Actually, I did not deserve 9.9, but I did not deserve 10 also. There were 3 courses in which I did not learn up to the level to get A grade. So I was expecting that I will be getting B grade in these 3, right? But if the professor says that, okay, you are in A grades, I have no problems with that. I don't have any problem. If I deserve B and you are giving me A, I will not go and tell, no, this is wrong, this is wrong. You should have given me B, I deserve B. I will not do that, of course. But the course in which I got B, I deserved A. I deserved A. And B was given to me. And again it was because of the political reasons. And not involving me. That political scenario that time, 1975, was very different. And my professor who taught me the whole course, 3/4 of the course, one morning when we woke up, then the news came to us that Professor A.P. Shukla has been taken away by police, arrested. Huh? Why? Why? What is his fault? There was no fault. The charges against A.P. Shukla was he was cutting the telephone wires or the electricity wires outside the IIT campus. And another professor, Bhushanlal Dupar, was also taken away by the police in the charges that he was damaging those railway tracks. IIT Kanpur professors. And then the final examination was taken by some other professor whom I like very much, and I am favorite of his, as a student, I am his biggest favorite student. But then, all of you may be knowing that in such institutions, professor gives the grade. The professor who teaches gives the grade, right? And therefore, you have to tune yourself with the professor. Next semester, again, some other professor will come. So, you have to tune yourself with that professor. That's the kind of examination strategies one has to apply. So, we have all tuned ourselves with AP Shukla. And all of a sudden, HS Money comes. And in such a short time, we were not able to really tune with him. And his preferences were different than AP Shukla's preferences. So, I got a B, I deserved A. So, I do not deserve 9.9, I do not deserve 10.0, but I do not deserve a B in that particular course. I would have been, I am not at all unhappy if I got those 3 Bs. I was okay with that. Alright. Now, after that, I went to Patna for Patna Science College after my PhD, and all my IIT professors were very angry with me because they were looking a very good scientist in me. And somewhere my heart was beating for my Patna students. And when I said that I want teaching, I don't want research. A reasonably good research I will do, of course, but I don't want to be a big scientist, I want to be a good teacher. I want to interact with thousands of students. That will make my life useful. My professors there argued that, okay, if you want to become a teacher, come to IIT system. You have got a 9.9 in this in PhD also, you have done very good job. So, you go to some good universities, do some postdoctorals and come to IIT system and teach, who stops you? Then I gave the argument, if I come to IIT system and be professor there, it was good, I can do that and I will teach students. But if I don't come to IIT Kanpur, someone else will come in my place. And IIT faculty hiring system, no compromise at all. Okay? So, whoever will come will certainly not be inferior to me, will be superior to me. IIT Kanpur faculty selection system will not allow any less competent person to come in. So, if I go there, that place, or the other person goes there, IIT will not have any further impact. It's all the same. It's all the same. But if I go to Patna Science College, and if I don't go to Patna Science College, can make a difference. So, my life will be useful if I go to Patna Science College. So, I taught at Patna Science College for 15 years, and in those 15 years I told those students, the batches of students about the IIT system, about education, about research papers, about funding. Before me there was no funding business at college level. I was the first to apply a project to UGC and got a grant. And when my principal received the check and the covering letter, my name was there, he called me and asked me, what is this check about? What is this check? How come a college is getting a check from UGC? So, I started all those initiatives there, and make students aware of all the opportunities for higher education and research and teaching that they had. After 15 years, I apply again IIT Kanpur to get more newer experience with BTech students, and I was selected, I don't know why. Okay. Then out of curiosity, I went to that same lab in which I did my work. So some research students were there. Of course, G.N. Rao was not the professor that time, another professor was there. But same setup, same experiments. So some research students were there, PhD students. And I asked them, this is 15 years after my leaving IIT. And the MSc project which I did was 3 years, 4 years earlier than that, because I took 3 years for doing the PhD also. So total of 18 years, say. And I asked, how do you analyze the data? And they say, it's very simple. Our seniors have taught me, they have given us the computer program, and they have told me how to put the data, and we get the results, very nice results. Then I asked, can I see that code? Then they opened, by that time this card punching was not there, the desktops were there, 18 years after that, my doing that. So he went to the desktop and showed me the code. Same program that I wrote 18 years before. For 18 years, all the research students were using that program to correctly analyze the data, research data. That is LMBU. It should be useful. My life should be useful. How much I earn, what is my lifestyle, doesn't make any difference to the world. But if I do something and hundreds of people get benefit out of that, in the positive sense, of course, benefit is again a controversial word, then my life is useful. All right? Okay, so I think I have taken a lot of time. Okay, so during my school days itself, okay, if you want to really do these teaching reforms, apart from the policies that you implement for that, and I invite all of you to think about that. You have recently come out of that system, so you know it better, what can be done. If you can give us some your experiences, suggestions, we will be very happy. All right? So, but the prime component is, for any institution, the faculty there should be very capable and committed, right? Infrastructures can be used only if the faculty is competent and committed. So, to really make a positive impact in the education system, schools, colleges, whatever, we need very good teachers, very good teachers. Now these some national institute that I was listing, IITs and ICERs and NITs and IIITs and all those things, including this RGIPT and so on, they are there because the faculty there. They are doing good job because the faculty is committed and competent. In the regular school systems, lakhs of schools, government schools and private schools, and the colleges, degree colleges, normal degree colleges, BSc, MSc. The teachers, the input of teachers is the first important thing. If we don't have good teachers whose passion is to teach, it's very difficult to, any good policy will not work. So I also invite you to come back to the education. After your studies are over, after your research degrees are over, come back to the education in whatever form. Come back to the education, think about the education, and then only this whole thing. So during my school days itself, I wanted to be a school teacher, and I was most impressed by my teacher, Nilanshu Malik. and this is a quiz for you, which subject Nilanshu Malik would have been? And here are the options. First option, D, biology. E, Hindi. Okay. Physics, maths, E, Hindi. D. Okay. Nilanshu Malik was a chemistry teacher. Nilanshu Malik was a chemistry teacher. My physics teacher was Gaya Prasad Saha, and my mathematics teacher was Ramgati Sinha. I remember them vividly. Okay, as if we have met yesterday. That memory is their very permanent memory of all my teachers. But I was most impressed by Nilanshu Malik because of everyone was of that category, little up, little down. But he was so much for students and for the subject. Every 15 days, 20 days, the classroom will be shifted to a galleried hall, and on the table, lot of chemical operators, all those glasswares and Bunsen burners and this bottle and that bottle will be there. And whole 50 minutes will be some experiment being done there, which he had taught earlier in that week or in those 15 days. So that kind of commitment was there, and I thought, yes, I will also be like them. I will be a school teacher. So from there, that fire in me was there. All right, this I have already told. Okay, then this is my tenure at IIT Kanpur, 1995 to 2017. And the first time when I got to teach BTech first year students, the myth was broken that students who come to IIT Kanpur after passing JEE are very intelligent, very capable, and cream of the society, most intelligent students. The myth was absolutely broken. It was a news to me, completely new information. When I was at Patna Science College, I thought, okay, yes, like anyone, because when I was at IIT Kanpur 5 years, 2 years MSc and 3 years PhD, I didn't have much interaction with the first year students or second year UG students. So I did not get that information. But when I taught them, I said, how come these brilliant students, cream of the society, they are doing such absolutely average kind of performance in understanding and in writing? So it again took me several years to understand that the problem is with the school system. They are not able to make them think. Rather, they are hindering their thinking capabilities, and that's 3-4 years or 10 years or 16 years of that system has made them very average, very, very average. Of course, the isolated peaks will be there. Some 10% of them will be really good, right? But that is not because of the system, that is because of the statistics. If you take any sample of 100 people, random sample, not a biased sample, then 10 of them will be definitely very good, right? Definitely, there is no contribution of the system as such. And that led me to work for the school system, and from 2002 onwards, we are continuously working for school system. During that my tenure, together with all the mandate that was given to me by IIT Kanpur, teaching or research or producing PhD, writing projects to DST, with doing all those things, we really worked for school system. We made hundreds of experiments for school teachers, which they could take and in classroom use some 2 minutes experiment, 3 minutes experiment. And Amit Bhai is sitting here, and Ranjit Bhai is sitting here. These are the kind of people who supported me in that endeavor. And these young persons, that time they were still younger, okay, and they all came from the villages around IIT Kanpur campus. I got support from those kids from the villages. And many of them, including these two, are still working with me. So that's the kind of LMBU. Okay. So most courageous ones should choose to come back to academics, that is it. There are 3 E's: education, environment and ethics. These 3 are to given the prime importance. This education, we have talked a lot of it. Then we have environment, no wastage of electricity, that everyone can do. Minimum use of elevators. I do not use elevators if I have to go 2 floors. Only if it is 3 floors or above. 3 floor, I think, should I take, should I not take? 4th floor onwards, yes, I do take. And coming down, normally I don't take lift, whether it is 7 floors or 8 floors or 5 floors or 3 floors. Minimum use of elevators, minimum purchasing. Anything you purchase that is made in machines, in factories. In some machines, lot of electricity is used, and electricity means coal burning, and coal burning means putting carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. So it causes damage to the atmosphere. So minimum purchasing, right? Okay. No plastic bottles and paper cups, disposable paper cups. It's also bad for the environment and also bad for the user, especially those disposable cups. They are not paper cups. They are called paper cups. They are not paper cups. The hot tea, if you put in a paper cup, the paper cup will not hold it. So they do have a plastic coating there which can withstand that temperature. But remember, plastic is something which gets very soft if you heat it. So it is very bad for the user directly. And of course, it is adding plastic to the environment. So all those things is there. So that's about environment. Ethics is, okay, leave it. So ethics is very necessary. From the very beginning, we have to stick to it. Nothing unethical I will do. Taking admission in dummy school is also unethical. Right? And people, it has become a norm. People very coolly, innocently ask me on email, should I take admission in a regular school or a dummy school? Oh, you are not going to the school and your attendance is being recorded there. You are not going to school and your term examination marks are being recorded there. This is very unethical. And if you practice this kind of things, then what is the point in saying that paper leak ho gaya? So stick very firmly with the ethics. All right? So be confident, be capable and be conscious. सुख सबसे आगे रहने में नहीं है. सुख सबके साथ रहने में. All the best.
Thank you, sir. Your perspective is as illuminating as the concepts you teach. Thank you for leaving us with so much to think about. We will now open the floor to the audience. This is a rare golden opportunity to interact with a legend. Please raise your hands and our volunteers will pass the microphone to you. Let's keep the questions sharp.
Hello. Hello, sir. I am Som Saptak. I'm from the electronics branch. So I just wanted to ask that we as youth are actually directionless in life. So I just wanted to know what can I do in this body to make our India proud?
You don't have to do anything special. If this spirit is there, you will do what will make India proud. Okay? That was the whole theme of the talk. That was the whole theme of the talk. That education for what? Education for what? Education to make our life useful, and that will make our society, our nation, our world proud. Thank you. Congratulations.
Good afternoon, sir. I am Ravi Kumar, a first year student from the chemical department, and I have a question related to life. Physics teaches us what we believe to be true. So, in life, what are some beliefs that a young person should question first?
I didn't get the question.
Sorry, sir.
क्या कह रहे?
Sir, I am.
What is he saying? Can you repeat
Yes, sir.
slowly?
Okay, sir.
Achha, you have written on the mobile.
Physics,
Very good.
yes, sir.
Very good. The question is on the mobile.
Physics teaches us to question what we believe to be true. So, in a life, what are some beliefs that young person should question first?
Okay. You question what is success and what is useful. You question that. What makes your life useful? What makes your life successful? How do you impact the society? How do you impact the environment? How you impact the thoughts? So that's the question you should ask. Yeah. Where is the mic?
Hello, sir. This is Jishnu Biswas from Mathematics and Computing branch. Sir, my question is, there are... hello, sir. Sir, there are many courses in our 4 years of BTech degree, out of which few courses we are not happy to learn. So what is your opinion? What is the compulsion to learn those courses which are not eager to learn?
See, it may vary from person to person. You may not like some courses, others may like it very much. So we cannot give a common answer. It's more personal, what you like and what you don't like. But one thing is there in IIT Kanpur, when the institute was established, they had made physics, chemistry and math courses compulsory for everyone. Milanji is from IIT knows that. So independent of what department you are in, you have to read that much of physics, that much of chemistry, that much of one full course, not part of the course, one full course in physics experiments and 2 full theory courses in physics. So those 3 semesters, 3 courses, everyone has to read physics. Whether you are a computer science student or you are a aerospace engineering student or you are a chemical engineering student, you are a bioscience student. We have BS program in biosciences and bioengineering. Everyone has to learn that much of physics, 2 semesters. And third, plus 1 full course also on experiments, and similarly chemistry, and similarly for mathematics. And the logic was that these are the courses which make you think. During your school systems, you have forgotten how to think. You have practiced how to understand. Okay? If something is written, if you can understand that, you are miles ahead of others. But the thing doesn't stop there. Understanding means something is given to you and you are trying to understand what is given. And thinking means this, maybe you are reading something You are thinking on it, not understanding. That means you are finding some gaps there, which is disturbing you, and you are thinking. So you have forgotten thinking during your school days, and that will not make you a real competent person. In whatever stream you are, you may go to management, you may go to administration, you may go to law. If those thinking capabilities are not well developed, you will not excel, you will not be useful, you will not make contributions. So these physics courses, mathematics courses, especially the grievance was from these two courses, why everyone has to do so much of MTH1 and MTH2 and all those things, and physics 1 and physics 2. But these are the courses which make you think and analyze and comprehend. Unless you comprehend the situation from all angles, you will not be able to take it ahead in physics or mathematics, especially physics. So there is a situation, whether it is a social problem, where it is jantar mantar, or where is anything, you have to handle any situation. First you have to comprehend the situation, and that practice comes from these courses. So our founder directors made it a point, and it is there for the entire duration, 1960 to this 26, so many years it is being continued. Okay? So people who do the courses, they are uncomfortable, but the people who have done the courses, they are comfortable. They are happy that good, yes, we are able to do something good. Okay?
Hello sir, I am Jayan from Super 30, founded by your college mate Abhay sir, former DGP of Bihar. So I have heard him fondly speak about the learning experience at Patna Science College, where you both studied physics. Sir, I want to visualize the learning culture of Patna Science College, how they taught you. So you both have created much impact, you in a learning experience of generations, and Dr. Abhinand sir in policing of Bihar. I want to visualize how the learning culture was there and how we can recreate that in RGIPT campus.
Okay, you please take your seat. So this that was the era of 1970s, 60s, 70s, 80s maximum. That's the era you are talking. The faculty, I talked several times, the faculty make the institute. Okay, the teachers who are there, that make the institute. Now, whether it was my school days or my college days at Patna Science College, or my this IIT Kanpur days, 5 years MSc and PhD, 2 years plus 3 years, everywhere I got such competent and committed faculty. That makes the difference. Now what has happened during these 30-40 years? Students are not going back to the education. They are not going back for the teaching. They are not going back to the research. So that is the change that has created this difference, right? So it's the faculty, those faculty have retired now, they are not there. The people who taught me are not there. Many of them are not in the world also. And newer generations are now looking for package. All private universities where we go, we see big posters, 50 LPA, 30 LPA or 60 LPA, lot of advertisement will be there. So those people are being praised who are getting big packages. So this shift in what should be done and what should be not done makes our system, our education system weak. Patna Science College is no more producing the same kind of people which it used to do 50 years ago. but still the legacy goes on. Recently I interacted with Patna Science College BSc students. I did find that yes, it is still going on, is there, but if I compare with my days, oh, it's a huge slide down. So, if you want to make this RGIPT campus that vibrant and that productive, after your education, come back here as a faculty.
Hello, Namaste sir, I am Shambhavi from third year electronics BTech. My question to you is, do you think teaching a smaller number of topics in any subject deeply is more favorable than teaching or covering the whole syllabus?
I do, I agree with you.
Good afternoon, sir. I am Anshu. Sir, I have heard your Thekwa story. So from getting Thekwa as a reward just to time pass in a room to dedicating a life being useful. So do you think your life purpose has been fulfilled as lakhs of students now study from your books, learn from your books? So do you think your life purpose have been fulfilled?
Okay, it's not fulfilled, of course. I am still working. Otherwise, I will stop working. If I think that it is fulfilled, then I will stop working. But yes, I am very happy about it. I am very happy about it, and I am really proud of my mother, who could foresee, who could plan, and who could create a situation where my inner strength, which was always with me, but my focus was not on the examination. I wanted to a school physics teacher or school teacher like Nilanshu Malik. Okay, that fire was there, but I was not scoring. I was not reading books. So my mother could plan so that I started reading the books, and then I started enjoying reading books, and then I started scoring in the examinations also, right? So that way it was a real success story, okay? But it's not that it's all fulfilled. If I see problems with our students, whether it is IIT Kanpur, when I was there, I saw the problems BTech students are facing. If I see the problems which our students who are taking coaching at different places, and then they are suffering there, their health is going down, mental health is at risk, and all those things are happening. So that it's not fulfilled. It's not fulfilled. Whatever I can do with my own small capacity, I'll keep doing it. But yes, I'll always proud that I have done many things, and I am doing many things, and I will do many things which will make my life useful.
Good afternoon, sir. I am Pratusha from first year CSE. Sir, we all know that you are the greatest, but I think you also face difficult phases or failures for at least one time in your life. Sir, my question is, did physics ever give you the perspective to overcome this?
I didn't get once again.
Sir, my question is, did physics ever give you the perspective to overcome this?
Can someone explain?
Sir, my question is, did physics ever give you the perspective to overcome failure or difficult
Overcome
phases?
failure?
Yes.
There's nothing like failure. What is failure? Huh? What is failure? There's nothing like failure. If you are confident of yourself, one failure, so-called a better success, more positive, less negative, you are still positive. So even if something doesn't work, and if you do something else which is even better, it's not a failure. So I never felt that at any stage I faced any failure. When I was failing in my school examinations, I never felt that I am failing. I never felt that. I did not get marks. Getting 30 out of 100, which was the standard official pass mark, was very difficult for me. And if there were some 7, 8, 9 subjects, 2, 3 subjects definitely a red line, underline will be there. And that means I have failed in those subjects. But I never said that was failure. I was never worried about that because I was learning better things. I was increasing my joy of learning. There is nothing like failure. If one thing doesn't work, work on the other and have a personal agenda. Okay. Have a personal agenda. This computer program making was not the agenda given to me by my supervisor or the system. It was my personal agenda. I decided. So furthest failed, but better computer program came in the research lab. So never worry about the failure. No failure.
नमस्कार सर. सर नमस्कार सर. सर्वप्रथम तो आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, आप यहाँ पर आए हमसे मिलने के लिए. मेरा प्रश्न ये है, आपने अभी कहा था कि शिक्षा या फिर शैक्षणिक संस्थान का मुख्य एक उद्देश्य ये भी होना चाहिए कि बच्चों में वो चेतना जागृत कर सकें. परंतु अभी रिसेंटली जब प्रोटेस्ट हुए थे तो दिल्ली के बहुत नामी शिक्षा संस्थानों ने अपने ऑफिशियल एक्स हैंडल से कहा था कि आप कृपया करके प्रोटेस्ट में ना जाएं, वरना आपके खिलाफ लीगल कार्रवाई की जाएगी, आपके खिलाफ डिसिप्लिनरी एक्शन लिया जा सकता है. तो शैक्षणिक संस्थान जो चेतना जागृत करने का जिनका उद्देश्य होना चाहिए था, बच्चों को सवाल पूछने के लिए प्रोत्साहित करना चाहिए था, वो जब ऐसे लिमिट लगाते हैं, फ्रीडम ऑफ स्पीच पे जब लिमिट लगती है, तब उस पर आपकी क्या प्रतिक्रिया होती है? धन्यवाद.
देखो, जैसे स्टूडेंट अगर लर्निंग को एंजॉय नहीं करता तो मतलब वो लर्निंग नहीं कर रहा है. ठीक है ना? लर्निंग के नाम पे कुछ और ही कर रहा है. खुशी अगर नहीं मिल रही है तो कुछ और ही कर रहा है वो. हमारे जो इंस्टीट्यूशंस है उनका भी वही हाल है ना. वो लर्निंग अगर नहीं करा रहे हैं तो उनको भी तो वो एंजॉयमेंट नहीं मिल रहा है ना. तो एनोमलीज है, तभी तो मैं कह रहा हूं कि हमें काम करने का जरूरत है. हमें स्कूल सिस्टम में काम करने का जरूरत है, क्योंकि अगर हम नहीं जो स्कूल सिस्टम को करना चाहिए वो अगर नहीं कर पा रहे हैं तो फिर उल्टे सीधे कामों में रहेंगे. ओके. और ये जहां तक प्रश्न है कि वो वहाँ उसमें प्रोटेस्ट में जाने को मना किया नहीं किया, हो सकता है बहुत सारे पेरेंट्स ने भी मना किया हो कि ना वहाँ नहीं जाओ, हुड़दंग हो रही है, ऐसा है वैसा है. हो सकता है बहुत सारे पेरेंट्स ने कहा हाँ जाओ करो. तो ये तो थोड़ा इसमें विवाद करने का कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है. पूरा भारत एक है, पूरा भारत एक है. जो इंस्टीट्यूशन अच्छे काम कर रहे हैं वो भी मेरे हैं, जो इंस्टीट्यूशन अच्छे काम नहीं कर रहे हैं वो भी मेरे हैं, जो स्टूडेंट्स बढ़िया पढ़ाई कर रहे हैं वो भी मेरे हैं, जो स्टूडेंट्स बढ़िया पढ़ाई नहीं कर रहे हैं वो भी मेरे हैं. तो आप ना डिफरेंसेस को हाईलाइट मत करो, आप डिफरेंसेस को हाईलाइट मत करो. सब अपने लोग हैं, वो इंस्टीट्यूशन वाले भी अपने लोग हैं, वो टीचर्स भी अपने लोग हैं, वो एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर भी अपने लोग हैं, वो पुलिस भी अपनी पुलिस है. थोड़ा ये समभाव लेकर के आए और हम विषमताओं को कम करें. जो परिस्थितियां हो रही है, मेरा विवेक जो कह रहा है वो मैं करूंगा, लेकिन किसी और का विवेक अगर कुछ और कह रहा है तो मुझे कन्फ्लिक्ट करने का जरूरत नहीं है.
Afternoon, sir. I was recently watching one of your interviews in which you challenged AI. So I was wondering, I would love to hear your thoughts upon student using AI for assistance and even for repetitive tasks.
देखो, ये बहुत छोटी सी बात है. AI तो इतना गलतियां करता है, खुद ही लिखता है. AI can make mistakes, don't believe us. तो अगर मैंने कोई सवाल दिया वो नहीं बना पाया तो ये मेरी कोई बड़ी महानता नहीं है कि मैंने ऐसा सवाल किया कि एआई भी नहीं बना पाया। आप किसी 7वीं क्लास के बच्चे को यहां खड़ा कर दो और उसके बाद बोलो कि देखो तो इसको सवाल दो, वो सवाल दिया, उस बच्चे ने नहीं बनाया, तो मेरा कोई महिमा मंडन होना चाहिए क्या? Should I be praised that I gave a question to this kid of class 7 and he could not solve it? वो AI वैसा ही है, वो AI उसको तो 1000 बार दूंगा तो 500 बार गलतियां कर देगा। क्या लगा है उसके, इसको इशू बनाने का क्या जरूरत है? If I ask a question to you and if you are not able to answer, is it an issue? It's not an issue at all. Similar. So in the same spirit I said that okay, if I give an original problem, AI will not be able to do. And it was not. Many instances. I will give you one. आप बैठो। आप ही पूछ रहे थे ना? अच्छा आप वॉलंटियर हो? ओके, हाँ इधर आप पूछ रहे थे, राइट? ओके, आप ओके, हाँ आई गिव यू एन इंस्टेंस। अब ऐसा बहुत सारे उदाहरण मैं दूंगा आपको, बट दिस इज वन। I asked AI that there are 2 rods in one line, okay? The length of each rod is L and the separation between the centers is D. Tell me how much is the gravitational force by one rod on the other. Finite rods, 2 rods, length L at separation D, center to center, in one line with some separation in between. So how much is the gravitational force? Now AI comes up with an answer, does double integration and varieties of things, a lot of mathematics which I did not read, and finally it gave me an equation that this is the force. This is in terms of that separation D and the length L. Good? When I looked at the expression, I said that this cannot be correct. I wrote back, this cannot be correct because if I take the limit that the separation is very large, D, as compared to the length of each rod, it should give me that 1 by r square dependence, right? But your formula gives me 1 by r cube dependence. So it cannot be correct. It's physically wrong. I wrote. And then it started teaching me a lot of things, why this 1 by r cube is correct, why this formula is correct. The mathematics are done and blah, and the mathematics can never be wrong, etc., etc. But I said there has to be some problem. It's not possible that we teach if there are 2 point particles, the gravitational force is g m1 m2 by r square, and if I put some length in that, suddenly it will become 1 by r cube. This is not physically possible. Then what it teaches me? See, with the electric field of a charge goes as 1 by r cube, but once you have, let's say, 2 charges plus q1 and minus q2, so there's a net charge there, okay? So the field is like 1 by r square, but to slightly separate them, make a dipole. The dipole field is 1 by r cube. So slight separation can make 1 by r square going to 1 by r cube, and therefore this is correct. What stupid answers? What stupid answers? Finally I closed it. Finally I closed the chat. It will not understand. So it's not a big issue. It's not a big issue. It should not be made an issue that even AI cannot. Arey kya hai AI mein bhaiya? If you have your original thoughts, if you have your original problems, AI will fail, but not that I am criticizing AI. And not that I am. If my student is not able to give me the right answer, do I criticize? I don't. I teach them, right? AI also, I try to make it understand that you are wrong, so that you don't teach wrong things to others. I want to strengthen AI. Not that I am criticizing AI, but not that I will have a blind faith, Ganesh ji दूध पीते हैं, वैसा faith नहीं रखना है अपने को. Okay.
Good afternoon, sir. Myself Gaurav Sahu, and I am from Bilaspur, Chhattisgarh. Now a part of this RGIPT family as a first-year BTech students in Computer Science and Design branch. Sir, first of all, I feel so fortunate to interact with you, sir. Thank you for coming here. Sir, my question is, sir, in this AI era, sir, being a CSD student, sir, हमारे लिए competition और भी बढ़ गया है, सर, क्योंकि coders को AI replace करते जा रहा है. तो सर, इस पे हम academic pressure को कैसे handle करें और सर साथ ही साथ अपने स्किल्स पे कैसे वर्क करें एक अच्छा CGPA मेंटेन करने के साथ. सर, आप इस पे दृष्टिकोण दीजिए सर.
नहीं, AI के एरा में आपको CGPA मेंटेन करने में तो कोई परेशानी नहीं होनी चाहिए. लेकिन ध्यान रखिएगा, एथिक्स का इस्तेमाल करते रहिएगा. एथिक्स से कभी भी समझौता नहीं कीजिएगा. तो देखो, जब यहाँ CGPA में कोई बड़ी बात नहीं होती है. वो तो कौन प्रोफेसर हैं, क्या पढ़ा रहे हैं, आप उनको ध्यान से सुनोगे, घर पे थोड़ा पढ़ लोगे, घर वो वर्कशीट्स वगैरह देते, होम असाइनमेंट देते होंगे, थोड़ा कर लोगे, उनसे बात कर लोगे बीच बीच के अंदर में, तो वो तो मेंटेन हो जाएगा. वो मेंटेन हो जाएगा. ओके, बट यस, ये है, ये तो अब जो अनुभवी लोग हैं वो ज़्यादा आपको बताएंगे कि AI के एरा के अंदर में जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटीज घट रही है या बढ़ रही है. दोनों तरह के व्यूज हैं, घट रही है के भी व्यूज हैं, बढ़ रही है के भी व्यूज हैं. बट वन थिंग इज ऑलवेज करेक्ट, इफ यू कैन थिंक ओरिजिनली, ओके, जो आपको सिखाया गया है नहीं सोचना, क्योंकि सोचने में टाइम बर्बाद करोगे तो परीक्षा में अच्छा नहीं कर पाओगे. तो सब कुछ याद करके जाओ, वहां पे सोचने के लिए कुछ बचना नहीं चाहिए. क्वेश्चन देखा और फट से आंसर मिलना चाहिए. ये जो सिखाया गया है, सोचना नहीं, किताब में जो लिखा है वही पढ़ना, सिलेबस में जो लिखा है वही पढ़ना, एग्जाम में जो आएगा वही पढ़ना, अपने से सोचना नहीं. ये जो सिखाया गया है हमें 10-15 साल तक, वहां से बाहर निकलो, सोचना शुरू करो. अगर आप ओरिजिनली सोच सकते हो ना, तो you will come up with, you will use AI to create jobs for yourself and for others. But if you are not able to think originally, इतने सालों से लोग कोडिंग कर रहे हैं, सबको पता हो गया ये कोड ऐसे लिखा जाता है, वो वैसे लिखा है, ये डीबगिंग ऐसी होती है, फलानी होती है, सबको पता है. आप भी उसमें जाकर के कूद रहे. आपने क्या सोचा? थिंकिंग कहाँ आपने करा? You have learned, you have not thought. You have understood, but you have not thought. That thinking capability, independent thinking capability आप बढ़ाओगे, तो चाहे कोई भी एरा हो, you will make yourself visible and you will make your life useful.
Ask one or two questions more.
Good afternoon, sir. I am Anuj Sharma, currently pursuing petroleum engineering from RJIPT. And sir, मेरा डाउट ये है कि recently AI को लैब वर्क में इंटीग्रेट किया जा रहा है, और IIT कानपुर भी ये कर रही है, और प्लान ये है कि नेक्स्ट 10 years AI ही लैब वर्क हैंडल करेगी. तो उसमें आपका से और बिलीव क्या है?
नहीं, किसमें इंक्लूड कर रहे हैं AI?
सर, लैब वर्क में, जैसे कि
लैब वर्क.
यस, लैब वर्क्स और रिसर्च पेपर्स में भी AI को इंक्लूड कर रहे हैं.
हाँ, अच्छा, तो क्या परेशानी?
सर उसमें आपका से क्या है? क्योंकि AI को अगर हम रिसर्च वर्क या जो बेसिकली कॉन्शियस वाला वर्क है अगर वो दे रहे हैं, तो वो तो ह्यूमंस के कंट्रोल में होना चाहिए ना, क्योंकि वो लैब वर्क कैसे हो रहा है, उसकी वैलिडिटी क्या है, वो AI पे डिपेंड करना ठीक नहीं लगता.
वो तो जो AI को यूज करेंगे, उसके लिए जो एजेंट्स बनाएंगे, उसके लिए जो लिखेंगे, उन पर निर्भर करता है.
सर,
तो आप इवैल्यूएशन पार्ट कह रहे हो या लैब में जो काम हो रहा है उसकी बात?
सर, काम की बात कर रहा हूँ मैं.
काम की बात में AI का क्या है? काम तो आप ओरिजिनली सोचोगे ना. AI से आप सोचने को कहोगे तो वो आपको एक एवरेज टाइप का परफॉर्मेंस देगा, और आप ओरिजिनली सोचोगे तो आप बहुत अच्छा सोचोगे.
सर, तो आप बिलीफ आपका यही है कि AI को नहीं करना चाहिए, मतलब कॉन्शियस ऑफ वर्क?
नहीं, देखो, AI को आप इस्तेमाल करो, बट मैं AI एक्सपर्ट हूँ नहीं. ओके, आपको पता है कि मैं AI एक्सपर्ट हूँ नहीं मैं, तो इसलिए मैं ज़्यादा आपके ऑथेंटिक जवाब नहीं दे सकता हूँ. बट मेरी फीलिंग यही है कि AI से डरना नहीं है, AI को यूज करना है ना. वो टूल है मेरा, वो मेरा टूल है, उसको मुझे यूज करना है. उसके वो हाँ, अगर कहीं कोई परेशानियां हो रही हैं तो हम डिसाइड करेंगे कि कितना मैं एआई को करूंगा, कितना मैं और किसी को करूंगा। अब मेरे को मान लो अभी टिंडल इफेक्ट के ऊपर प्रॉब्लम आया, बहुत रीसेंट बात बता रहा हूँ। हम लोग किताब लिख रहे थे इसकी क्लास 9th की, और उसमें केमिस्ट्री के चैप्टर में वो लिखा, टिंडल इफेक्ट का वर्णन आया। अब उन्होंने एक तस्वीर भी डाल दी, शायद एआई से ही जनरेट करी होगी। एक बॉटल, इधर से लेजर, लाल रंग की लेजर घुसी, पानी है उसमें, कुछ नहीं दिखा, फिर वहां से बाहर निकली तो फिर लाल रंग की, दूसरा है उसके अंदर में कुछ कोलाइड है तो उसमें काफी सारा रास्ता उसका दिखाई पड़ रहा है। सुनो कहानी सुनो। तो ये फोटो आ गई। अब सबसे पहले तो मुझे बड़ी हंसी आई कि जब पानी में नहीं दिख रहा है तो हवा में कैसे दिखेगा? जो लेजर की बीम पानी में नहीं दिख रही है, हवा में किसी ने क्या धुआं भरा हुआ है कि उसमें हवा में दिखेगा? बड़े एआई जनरेटेड है भैया। तो उन्होंने लगा दिया, चिपका दिया वहां पे फोटो। तो हमने बताया भैया इसका बाहर वाला हटाओ, ये लाल लाल हटाओ, जो रहे सो इधर ही रहे। ओके, देन मेरे को लगा कि अच्छा हम एक्सपेरिमेंट करें जरा, पानी में दिखाई देता नहीं है ये लोग लिखते हैं, या सोल्यूशन, ट्रू सोल्यूशन में नहीं दिखाई पड़ता है लोग लिखते हैं, तो मैं एक्सपेरिमेंट करता हूं। तो मैंने एक्सपेरिमेंट किए, नमक का घोल बनाया, अच्छा बढ़िया, फुल बढ़िया डिजॉल्व्ड, लेजर डाली, अरे बड़ा बढ़िया दिख रहा है, लाल लाल पूरा रास्ता दिख रहा है, सॉल्यूशन है, कोलॉइड नहीं है। हमने फिर वो बताया कि ये तो ऐसा ऐसा हो रहा है, ऑथर साहब को कहा कि बदलो, ये जो लिखा हुआ है कि नहीं होता है उसको होता है बोलो। तो उस समय बड़ा झंझट हो गया कि क्या, उस समय मुझे टिंडल इफेक्ट होता क्या है ऑथेंटिकली वो जानना था। अब मैं कहां से जानता, बताओ, मैं कहां से जानता कि टिंडल इफेक्ट है क्या? डेफिनेशन वो देखोगे ना तो सब बाइजू वाले और एनसीईआरटी से उतार करके कुछ लिखते रहते हैं, उससे काम चलता नहीं। तो मैंने एआई में डाला कि मुझे टिंडल के जो ओरिजिनल पेपर्स हैं लाइट से संबंधित, उसकी इंफॉर्मेशन दो। एआई ने मुझे 1873 का और 1869 का उसका जो पेपर्स हैं वो उसने मेरे को खोज ढूंढ करके दिया। ओके, और मैंने वो लिंक्स वगैरह डाले तो हमने पाया। फिर उसके बाद था कि वो उसको हम डाउनलोड करें तो वो उसमें लॉगिन करना है, और वो उसमें वो है उसका सदस्य होना चाहिए इंस्टीट्यूशन। मैं इंस्टीट्यूशन में हूँ नहीं, मैं आईआईटी कानपुर में नहीं हूँ। तो फिर मैंने आईआईटी कानपुर में लोगों को कहा कि भैया ये है, आप ये डाउनलोड करके मेरे को दो, फ्रेंड्स मेरे कानपुर वाले। तो उन्होंने बताया कि आईआईटी कानपुर भी इस वाले को सब्सक्राइब नहीं करता है। तो फिर हमने खोजा कि कौन करता है, इसको कौन करता है, तो वो ढूंढा, वो मिला कि अच्छा फलाना करता है। उसमें से जहां मेरे कांटेक्ट मुझे मिल सकते थे वहां से उनको कहा कि आप डाउनलोड करके भेजो। उन्होंने डाउनलोड करके भेजा मुझे, तो मैंने पूरा वो पढ़ा, दोनों पेपर उसके पढ़े। तो एआई यूज करने में तो मुझे फायदा ही हुआ ना, एआई से मुझे कोई परेशानी नहीं है। मैं तो एआई खूब यूज करना चाहता हूं, लेकिन मैं एआई को स्ट्रांग भी बनाना चाहता हूं। एट द सेम टाइम मैं सारे स्टूडेंट्स को कहता हूं, जो काम आप सोच सकते हो वो काम के लिए आप एआई में मत जाना। आप अपने सोचने की शक्तियों को बढ़ाना है। ऑलरेडी सिस्टम ने आपकी शक्तियों को घटाने का पूरा षड्यंत्र रच के रखा हुआ है। नर्सरी क्लास से लेकर के और आगे तक में आपके सोचने की शक्तियों को कम करने का पूरा षड्यंत्र है। आप अब इतने बड़े हो गए हो ना, तो आपको दिखना चाहिए कि अब हमें बाहर निकलना है, हमें सोचना है, खुद से सोचना है। अपने सोचने की क्षमता जरा सी भी कम हो जाए, ऐसा एआई का यूज कभी भी नहीं करना, कभी भी नहीं करना, क्योंकि वही आपको सफलता दिलाएगा। राइट? इफ यू कैन थिंक ओरिजिनली देन यू विल बी अहेड ऑफ मेनी पीपल। ऑफ कोर्स मैं ये भी कहता हूं ना कि सुख सबसे आगे रहने में नहीं है, सबके साथ रहने में है। तो यू हैव टू हैव ए पायस व्यू ऑफ एवरीथिंग। यूज एआई एज ए टूल। जो काम आप नहीं कर सकते हैं वो उनसे कराइए, लेकिन मैं सोच नहीं सकता हूं, तुम मेरे को सोच के बता दो, ये तो बहुत दिस इज वेरी डेंजरस एंड काउंटर प्रोडक्टिव।
Thank you, sir, for answering those questions with such patience and brilliant insight. Before we move towards our closing ceremony, I have a very special announcement to make. It gives me immense pride to announce two highly anticipated initiatives being brought to you under a social fest, Saurabh 2026, scheduled from 30th of October to 2nd of November 2026. And today we are not just announcing these events, we are officially unveiling two initiatives that represent what Saurabh truly stands for: empathy, innovation, togetherness, and meaningful social impact.
The first is Sociothon, Together for Social Good, a social innovation hackathon where ideas meet impact. Sociothon provides students with a platform to develop creative, sustainable, and practical solutions to real-world social challenges across areas such as education, healthcare, sustainability, and rural development.
What makes Sociothon truly special is that it is not limited to any one discipline. Students from every field and every background are invited to step forward and address the problems that matter most to society, from grassroots challenges to citywide concerns, because no problem is too big or too small when the intention is to create meaningful change.
From grassroots challenges to concerns affecting entire communities, Sociothon encourages young minds to identify problems that matter and transform their ideas into solutions that can create real impact. It is a call to every young mind ready to transform empathy into action, ideas into solutions, and solutions into impact.
Our second initiative is Nirman, a flagship conference and presentation competition designed to bring students closer to those working on the front lines of social change.
Nirman will bring together IAS and IPS officers, senior government officials, and NGO representatives working at the grassroots, giving students an opportunity to hear directly from the people involved in public service, community development, and grassroots social transformation.
Through interactive talks, Q&A sessions, NGO showcases, and meaningful conversations, Nirman aims to give students a deeper understanding of what it truly takes to create change on the ground and to bridge the gap between awareness and action.
And through its presentation competition, students will get an opportunity to propose innovative and practical solutions across the themes including AI and digital innovation, sustainability and climate action, education and community health.
Because awareness is only the beginning. The real question is, what do we do with that awareness?
And through Sociothon and Nirman, we hope to give young minds the platform to answer the question with ideas, innovation, impact, and action, because real change begins when young minds not only understand the problem around them but also step forward to solve them.
And now, to make this launch truly special, we have the honor of inviting Professor H.C. Verma sir to do the honors and officially unveil the posters of Sociothon and Nirman. Sir, we would be truly honored if you could please join us on the stage and officially launch the posters.
For this, I would also like to invite our acting director, Professor M.S. Balathani Gaimani, Dean Student Affairs, Dr. Kaushik Guha Biswas, Convener Social Services Council Arpan, Dr. Arvind Singh, Co-Conveners Dr. Malay Kumar Sahu and Vijay Kumar sir, and Secretary Arpan. Joint Secretaries Arpan, Rudransh Mishra and Sonal Yadav. Sociothon and Nirman officially launched.
Two platforms, one purpose: to empower young minds to turn empathy into action and turn ideas into meaningful social impact.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, as a token of our profound gratitude, we wish to facilitate our chief guest for blessing us with his invaluable time and wisdom. I would like to invite Dr. Manoj Kumar Rajput sir to kindly join us on the stage to honor Professor H.C. Verma with a special memento as a keepsake of our reverence. as we draw the curtains of this historic and deeply inspiring evening of RGIPT. It is time for our concluding remarks and acknowledgements. To express our collective gratitude to our esteemed guest, organizing committee and audience, I would now like to invite Dr. Riya Vadva ma'am to the podium. Ma'am, please.
Respected Professor H.C. Verma sir, respected Professor M.S. Bala sir, Dr. Sonia Dhama, convener of the event, esteemed faculty members, colleagues, dear students, and everyone present here. It is my privilege and honor to propose the vote of thanks for this very insightful and inspiring session. First and foremost, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to Professor H.C. Verma sir for being with us today and for sharing his valuable thoughts and experience with our student. Sir, your talk has not only provided our students with meaningful insight into the present education scenario, but has also encouraged them to think beyond textbooks, examination, and conventional approaches to learning. Your words have reminded us that true education is not developing curiosity, asking questions, understanding concepts deeply, and continuously striving to learn. Sir, the enthusiasm with which our students participated and interacted throughout the session is in many ways a reflection of the inspiring they received from you. We are truly grateful for your time, your wisdom, and for motivating our young mind. Thank you, sir, for making this interaction so enriching and memorable for all of us. I would like also to express my sincere gratitude to Professor M.S. Bala, sir, for joining us today. Thank you, sir, for your presence and support. My special thanks goes to Dr. Sonia Dhama, the convener of this event, for her leadership, coordination, and effort in bringing this program together. I would also like to acknowledge the entire organizing committee whose dedication, effort, and careful coordination have made today's event successful. A special word of appreciation goes to our students. The enthusiasm, curiosity, and active participation that you have shown today have truly added meaning to this program. I would also like to appreciate our student volunteers who work behind the scene with great dedication to ensure that everything proceeds smoothly. I extend my sincere thanks to all the technical and non-technical staff for their valuable support. My appreciation also goes to the CCIS team, administration, IWT, and all other institute team and personnel who contributed directly or indirectly to making this event successful. I would also like to acknowledge the effort for our attendant, housekeeping and cleaning staff, security personnel, and all other support staff. Many of your contributions happen quietly behind the scenes, but they are essential to the successful conduct of any event. We sincerely appreciate your effort. Finally, I would like to thank each and every person who contributed to this event in any capacity, including those who may not have been able to make their name individually. Every contribution, whether visible or behind the scene, has played a role in making today's program a success. Once again, thank you very much, Professor A.C. Verma, sir, for spending your valuable time with us. And more importantly, for inspiring our students. I'm sure the thoughts and ideas shared by you today will stay with them for a long time and encourage them to approach education and learning with greater curiosity and purpose. With these words, once again, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to everyone who made this event possible. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Now I request everyone to please stand on your respective seats for National Anthem and National Song Vande Mataram.
शीतला भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Before we finally conclude, I would like to request all our esteemed dignitaries, organizing committee members to please gather on stage for a memorable group photograph.